What's up, everyone? Welcome to the July 12th edition of DraftKings Tournament Plays presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code AWESOMO when you sign up and make a deposit at Prize Picks. You'll receive 1 free month of Stokastic Plus Platinum. You'll also receive a 100% deposit bonus up to $100 on that first deposit. We have a 14-game MLB slate tonight. We're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the stokastic.com website. Starting with the top 3 stacks, number 3, the Colorado Rockies are taking on Mike Clevenger tonight in Coors Field. The Rockies are projected for about 6% ownership with a 6% chance of being the top scoring stack. Clevenger is a solid pitcher and he's having a good year, striking out 24.8% of hitters with a 3.9 xFIP, but this game is in Coors Field, and the Rockies are getting a fraction of the ownership that their opponent, the San Diego Padres, are. At home this year, the Rockies' active roster has a 100 WRC plus to go along with a 186 ISO. Number 2, the New York Yankees are taking on Graham Ashcraft tonight in New York. Ashcraft has only struck out 13.4% of hitters so far. He does have good stuff. He throws hard. He has a 4.11 xFIP, but you're getting the Yankees team at 5% aggregate ownership with a 6% chance of being the top scoring stack as they take on an unproven pitcher, I should say, in Ashcraft. The Yankees' active roster has a 121 WRC plus and a 202 ISO, obviously making them one of the best offenses in baseball. And number 1, another one of the top offenses in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on Matthew Liberatore. 5% projected ownership for the Dodgers, 6% chance of being the top stack, 19% strikeout percentage, and a 5.21 xFIP for Liberatore so far this season. The Dodgers have a 118 WRC plus and a 180 ISO on their active roster. Now, before we get to the top 3 pitchers, we do have a new promo code for viewers of my tournament videos. Use the promo code ADAMMLB. It's at the top of the screen. You'll receive 50% off any weekly Stokastic Plus package. It's available for new users only, but if you haven't already signed up for Stokastic Plus, use the promo code, get yourself 50% off any weekly package. You'll get access to the behind the paywall data, including the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool that I'm referencing in this video. So again, just use that promo code at the top of the screen, ADAMMLB, for 50% off any Stokastic Plus weekly package. Now, looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Chris Sale makes his return to the Boston Red Sox after a much publicized outburst in a minor league locker room. He was reportedly at least, throwing 97 miles per hour in that start. He did have some walk issues, but he threw 72 pitches. I think it's likely that we get around 5 innings from Sale tonight. He's pitching in Tropicana Field, which is a favorable pitcher's park. He's only $8,400. Last season, he struck out 28.5% of hitters with a 2.93 xFIP. That strikeout percentage was down quite a bit from where he had been in previous years, but still obviously very, very good. Tampa Bay's active roster has a 24.1% strikeout percentage. Sales projected for about 16% ownership with a 13% chance of being a top 2 pitcher and a 9% chance of being a top 2 value pitcher. Number 2, Spencer Strider taking on the New York Mets. It's a difficult matchup as the Mets active roster has a 111 WRC plus and a 20.2% strikeout percentage, but Strider has been virtually unhittable this year. As a starter, he has a 39.2% strikeout percentage. He's striking out around 36% of left-handed hitters, around 42% of right-handed hitters. He's coming off of a start where he had over a 50% strikeout percentage in a similarly difficult matchup against the Cardinals. This guy is ridiculously good. And yes, this matchup is risky. Yes, his price tag has come up a little bit to $9,800, but we can't just ignore how good this guy has been, really, regardless of opponent, in almost every start this year. 2.24 xFIP in those starts as well. He is projected for a healthy 32% ownership, but a 20% chance of being a top 2 pitcher is the second highest on the slate, and a 7% chance of being a top 2 value, even at $9,800. And number 1, another very popular pitcher that I think I'll be relying on despite the ownership, Garrett Cole, projected for 55% ownership, 31% chance of being a top 2 pitcher, leads the way by a wide margin on this slate. And he also has a 10% chance of being a top 2 value at $10,500. He has a favorable matchup against the Reds, who have a 98 WRC plus and a 23.1% strikeout percentage this year. Cole has struck out 31.2% of hitters with a 2.95 xFIP. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Colorado Rockies; number 2, the New York Yankees; number 1, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Chris Sale; number 2, Spencer Strider; and number 1, Garrett Cole.